Dave Quinn gets fired and takes the Buffalo job for Jack Eichel.
He played for him, didn't he, in college? There's a ton of respect.
BU guys.
If he gets fired, if Quinn stays there, obviously that's a positive. So I'm just saying, is there a way to resolve this situation? But this is going to take some serious work. By the way, some news out of Buffalo. Have you seen that on Eichel?
No.
Just saying
out now?
Just out now saying
Perfect
that he's
timing.
not.
Jordan, what do you got for us, buddy?
I have it on screen right now. Happened just as we were starting the show. Here's the exact quote from Jack Eichel. I've been a bit upset about the ways things have been handled since I've been hurt. There's a bit of a disconnect between myself and the organization. The most important thing now is to get healthy and to be ready to play hockey next year, wherever that might be.
He said that, wherever that might be?
Word for word.
Oh, man. This is unbelievable.
This is no good.
This is not
for the
good.
Buffalo Sabres. This is no good.
Oh my God, that's frightening.
So I don't like it, Mac. I don't like his comments for just the sole reason that it doesn't say anything other than I'm upset and I don't believe you guys, or, the disconnect. I think you have, if you're going to go public with that, then you got to go larger. There's a lot of Buffalo Sabre fans that need a better explanation of why you're upset than wherever that might be.
So this is John Vogel, who is the writer in Buffalo, said Jack Eichel essentially says the Sabres wouldn't let him have surgery on his herniated disc Sabres wouldn't let him have surgery on his herniated disc in his neck. His body, his choice, is what he's saying. This is
okay. Then say that. Then say that in. Okay. Well, I mean, if that's the case, then you should come out and say it yourself.
He says here, it doesn't work like that. I wish. I'm under contract with this team, and they definitely hold a lot of cards on what I can do and what I can't do. So he is a little clear coming from the writer in Buffalo, but this is not a pretty picture right now for the Buffalo Sabres.
Here is an additional quote. I've got to do what's best for me, and they've got to do what's best for them. There's a lot to process. I'm sure these conversations will be had, and things will go from there.
Well, what's clear is Jack Eichel has already played his last game as a Buffalo Sabre.
I talked to people over a month ago, and I did, Nick, about some situations, and I remember being told at that time that Jack Eichel was not going to be back. And I'm thinking, I didn't know if it was true. I still don't know if it's true, but I was told it by some pretty, high level people, not in the Buffalo Sabres organization, but people outside. And that is,
well, I know the circles you run, and for you to say that right here, then we know he's played his last game as a Buffalo Sabre. There's no going back, Mac, after that statement.
Oh,
there's no going back. This is Pierre-Luc Dubois and Columbus all over again.
This is worse because this has to do with a battle over medical situations. And let me tell you, as a general manager, you don't want to get into battles with your players on this. You got to hope that your medical staff is competent enough that they can talk to the player as to what's best for him. We all know that agents ask for second opinions. You can never deny that. You can never, all your goal is to work with the player, the agent, and your medical staff to try to make this work so that the player gets healthy. That's all your objective is. So I don't understand why this would have gotten to this level. I don't get it.
Is this Kevin Adams has been around long enough to have try to work this relationship by now.
Somebody told me one day that if you have a superstar in your team, I'm going to be his best friend.
He is their franchise player, Mac.
People accuse me of Rick Nash being like a son, and they're right. When I was there. Now he's like a cousin.
Well,
anyway, this is just an interesting twist.
Nobody will debate what you're saying. You have to have a great relationship, a respectful relationship. You got to know that a guy's battling for you. You got to know your stars are battling for you, Mac. They might not like everything, like where you book the hotel certain nights but come on. You know that you have to have these guys on board or else your job's done. And
you know what? And it's so, I don't know Jack Eichel from Jack and the Beanstalk, but I know this. He's a hell of a player. He's your second overall pick. He's the best player in the Buffalo Sabres team. And this is an unbelievable challenging trade to make, to get value. And it's not hard to work with these players. I'm telling you, in 20 plus years in the NHL, I didn't find very many guys that you couldn't work with. I really didn't. Not a handful that you couldn't work with. Not even that. And I feel for Kevin right now, because this is a tough situation for an inexperienced guy. As tough as it gets.
Wow.
The most veteran GM in the league does not want this on his plate, let alone the most inexperienced GM in the league.
Where does Kevin Adams go from here? Like, he has totally played his hand right now. You know exactly how he feels about the organization. You get every indication that he wants out. Pissed off at you. How the heck are the Buffalo Sabres going to get any value that could remotely look even under those circumstances?
I don't know.
There is no Patrick Laine out there for Pierre-Luc Dubois, is there?
Well, and not only that, Nick, you've got a health situation. So you're trying to trade a disgruntled superstar who's got a major health issue, who is saying he wants to get it fixed so I can be ready for next year. That compounds this situation.
Rangers, does Chris Drury now lick his chops going, this wouldn't be a bad one for me to start my general managing career?
The Rangers seem, obviously they will be a front runner in it, but they've got great young assets. They've got as many young assets as a lot of organizations have. Although, as Bobby Clark said to me one time, I was talking about my good prospects. He said, "Doug, we all have good prospects." I said, "You're right, Bobby. You're right, Bobby."
But how many went first or second overall, and how many are 24 years of age, Mac, and deemed franchise or superstar status here? It's Buffalo. Buffalo, it could end Buffalo a bad trade. It could.
Let me tell you what might be the one way to solve it.
Oh, I can't wait because I've got no ideas.
I think that hiring the right head coach, and this is with all due respect to Donnie, hiring the right head coach that Eichel has confidence is going to help this team be a playoff team.
Okay.
So that to me is
Dave Quinn gets fired and takes the Buffalo job for Jack Eichel.
He played for him, didn't he, in college? There's a ton of respect.
BU guys.
If he gets fired, if Quinn stays there, obviously that's a positive. So I'm just saying, is there a way to resolve this situation? But this is going to take some serious work.
Do you know the reputation hit Jack Eichel will take if he sings a different tune in a few months because he gets his coach?
Well, I think you've got to work to couch it the proper way. And I don't know if he's his coach. I don't know what the relationship is. I understand it's good, but I'm saying, and it doesn't have to be Quinn. If it's a coach that Eichel believes can make this team, like, imagine, I know Eichel liked the coach that was just there, the soccer guy.
Ralph Kruger.
He's
a hockey guy too, Mac.
He was a hockey guy. He was I've known Ralph for 30 years. He was a great hockey guy. Coached the Austrian national team.
Thank you.
Austrian national team for 100 years.
So nice of you.
But I just can't imagine that Eichel would have been all that excited when Botterill announced that Ralph Kruger was leaving soccer in Scotland or wherever the hell he was and coming to coach our hockey team. I'm just saying. So anyway, that's up to Kevin.
Stick with a one sport guy.
That's up to Kevin and Jason Karmanos, who he just hired as assistant GM to sort out. They got some work to do.